Right, good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. And welcome to my second ever unboxing. The only other unboxing I ever did was the PlayStation VR 2. Today I'm unboxing the Astro limited edition Dualsense that released today alongside the game, which both arrived this morning within about 5 minutes of each other. So the pad coming with DPD and the game coming with standard Royal Mail. So I've yet to unbox the game and get the game installed and get that fired up, which I'm going to do this afternoon. But today, the star of the show is this bad boy right here. Now, I'm going to address what could potentially be the elephant in the room for quite a lot of people with this pad, because I think there's a lot of people that are curious to know whether these eyes on here are animated as shown in the trailer. I am convinced, I'm convinced they're not. And the reason for that is because the price of this controller is $69.99, which is the same going price for a lot of these PlayStation Limited Edition controllers that have released over the years. And they've all been $69.99 here in the UK, or £70 in the UK. So the God of War, the Hogwarts, they've all been $69.99 RRP. I personally think that had this pad got these eyes animated in some way, in some clever way, in combination with the game, then they'd have charged more for this, and they'd have been shouting from the rooftops that that was a feature of this pad, and they haven't been. And in fact, if you pay close attention to the trailer for this pad, there's a little bit of text on the bottom that kind of indicates that the animations are not representative of the final product. Now, that could translate and mean that it means that it doesn't interact with the game in the way that it shows in the trailer. But I personally think they're referring to the eyes, and I don't think that these eyes are animated. So, regardless of that, I've still ordered this on the basis that I think that this is a really nice looking controller to complement the game. It's one of my favourite. The colour scheme and the aesthetic of the controller I really like. It kind of almost reminds me, I know it's an Astrobot themed controller, but it kind of almost reminds me of that R2-D2 limited edition Xbox 360, I think it was, that they did many years ago, with the colour aesthetic and the colour scheme. But anyway, without further ado, I'm going to break this bad boy open for the first time. As you can see, still sealed there, and we're just going to have a look at the controller. Like I say, if you take out the equation that those I don't think they're animated, then this is just going to be a nice looking standard DualSense controller that's going to complement the game. But anyway, let's get this bad boy open and let's have a look at the actual product. So, dangerous knife here, so kids, be responsible. Use knives in the presence of adults, please. Let's get this bad boy open. So, usual fare here, the controller inside the egg carton kind of material. I do like the box, I've got to say. In fact, let's just give this box a once over if my camera will stay focused on the box. So, as you can see on the box here, limited edition DualSense wireless controller, Astrobot theme going on. So, control pad matches the colour scheme of little old Astro himself. Game sold separately, game obviously not included. On the side, you've got the contents, which is just literally the DualSense and a wireless controller and an instruction manual. They never provide a cable. They assume you've got dozens of cables lying around the house, and you've got the original cable that came with the PS5. And then on the back, you've just got hide your senses. Nothing special. Bunch of Astrobots all clinging onto the controller for their dear life. And that is pretty much it for the box. So, star of the show. Let's get this little bad boy out here. So let's get it out of the wrapping. Carefully does it. Let's get rid of that. And there you have it. So straight away, I think you can tell from the off that those eyes are not animated because they're painted onto the touchpad. So we know that those aren't going to be animated. I think we can pretty much conclude that. But regardless, the pricing of the controller is in line with what the other limited edition controllers have been. So I haven't bought this on the basis that those eyes are animated. I bought this on the basis that I like the styling of this controller. First thing I noticed when I got this out of the box was how glossy this is compared to the standard Dualsense. It just feels a little bit more glossy with that glossy finish there. That could be concerning, that you're not going to have as much grip. But what you've got to bear in mind is most of the grip is on the underside there, and I can still feel, even these gloves on to hide my dodgy fingers and stubby fingers, that's textured. That's still got a grip to it, whereas that is smooth and textured. Overall, colour scheme of this, I like the white sticks. First time we've seen white sticks on a controller. I think with all limited edition controllers so far, they've always retained the black sticks, regardless of the colour of the main controller. And white triggers. We've got white triggers for the first time as well. So you've got your standard USB-C port for charging. You've got your lights that obviously light up around the touchpad when powered up. In fact, there's normally a bit of juice in them. So there you go, let's get it powered up, because there's always a bit of juice in them before we get it, but it's obviously going to need pairing to my console and may need a day one update, firmware update. I do like this styling that you've got here, because those aren't drawn on, they are actually indentations in the pad, in the plastic. So this is smooth. This has got a bit of texture to it. You've still got your grip around here, but it's just these two, the blue bits here, that have got the glossy finish. Then on your buttons, you've also got your white buttons, but with the blue styling of the symbols. Same on the touchpad. And then you've got your PlayStation symbol for turning the pad off and on, which again has gone with the white styling. And on the reverse side, you've got a nice little Astro symbol on the back end of the pad there. So there you go. That is pretty much it. There's not much more I can say about it. It is going to be a short video because it's got no fancy features. The eyes aren't animated. Had the eyes been animated, it might have been made for a slightly longer video. As it stands, it's just a very, very nice looking DualSense controller, and one that I'm going to enjoy having in my collection and to complement the game. Seeing as the game did turn up alongside the pad, all pretty much within 5 minutes of one another, I'll feature the game in here just to extend the video, just to have a bit longer. So, standard affair with the game, Astrobot, PlayStation 5. It is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, made by PlayStation Studios. And you've got Blast Off into a supersized adventure. So this game is a sequel to Astro's Playroom, which was the game that was obviously included and pre-installed on every PS5 console. And whilst that was a nice, short slice of adventure, this is said to be a lot bigger. With, it says on the back here, explore over 50 planets in search of your lost crew, battle away with great new power-ups, and reunite with iconic PlayStation heroes. Now, we saw a bit of that in the Astro's Playroom, where it was pretty much a nostalgia trip for anybody who's a fan of PlayStation, with lots of little Easter eggs all over the place, and collectibles and things to keep an eye out for. And over the course of the last few months, in anticipation of the launch of this game, they've actually updated Astro's Playroom and put in 4 hidden bots for us to find. Now, I found all those bots, and I have uploaded the videos onto my YouTube channel. So if you're struggling, you can look on my YouTube and you'll find and discover, well, you'll learn how to find the hidden bots. Because with those hidden bots, and with the discovery of those hidden bots, come some bonuses for this game when I fire this up, apparently. So we shall see what I get rewarded for that. So, like I say, there you go, that's the game. And there's the controller. And I do think, again, I'm going to say, I do think it's a nice looking controller. It's a shame that they didn't animate those in some kind of clever way. I think if they'd have animated those, if they'd have charged a bit more but screamed from the rooftops that those were animated, I think people would have been prepared to pay a little bit more for the controller. But as it stands, a really, really nice, pleasing, aesthetically pleasing looking controller. The Dualsense, in my opinion anyway, is one of the best controllers I've ever used. I think PlayStation controllers as a whole have always got better through the years with new features, and this is no exception. This is one of the best controllers I've ever used. And in terms of quoting someone else that said, there was an argument about whether these consoles were truly next gen when they launched, but this pad certainly was. This was a next gen controller. And there are some games out there that utilise it and show it off, and there's some that don't, and there's some that show it off in more ways and better ways than others. And the first Astrobot game, well, not the first Astrobot game, but Astro's Playroom, that was included on the PS5, demonstrated what this controller could do in some amazing, astonishing ways. With the patter of rain on the pad when you were going through levels with rain, walking through the grass. It was just fantastic to use. So without further ado, I'm going to leave you here. Had those eyes been animated, I'd have got all this thing powered up and I'd have showed you those eyes working, but we know that. I'm confident that they're not. If they are, I'll stand corrected. I'll do a second video if I have to. I'm confident they're not. So I'm going to love you and leave you here. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell so that you get notifications when I upload new content, and please give this video a thumbs up and drop your comments below if you have any questions or tell me what you think about this controller. If you played this game today or you're about to play this game today, tell me your thoughts on the game. I think from what I've seen and the snippets that I've seen, it looks fantastic. I've had to kind of move my eyes away from the screen because I've seen lots of YouTube thumbnails, and I kind of want to be left with a lot of surprises to find on my own rather than seeing it all in someone's review. So I'm going to get this installed and updated, no doubt, and then fired up this afternoon. And I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. So take care, everyone. I'll catch you soon.